loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this double cut crease look. So let's go ahead and jump right into this tutorial. I already have my eyes primed and I use the Makeup Revolution Concealer in C12 like I always do. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my little tape on the side of my eyes. So that way I get a nice clean look, and then we can go ahead and jump into shadows. The first color I'm using is by Juvia's Place from the Saharan 2 palette, and I'm using the shade Zora. It's this really gorgeous like red with like a pinkish undertone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and buff that into the crease using my Morphe M506 brush. Then to blend that out, I'm then gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, and with the shade Pooter, I'm gonna apply this onto the edges of Zora to make sure that they're nice and smooth and there's no harsh line there. I'm again using a Morphe M506. This is a clean one, so I used a separate one for Zora. So this palette is definitely the star of this look. This is the McGrath Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette. Oh my gosh, I can't say anything but good things about this palette. It's so beautiful. It's definitely a pretty penny, but in my opinion, it's totally worth it. I'm first gonna go in with this deep brown color. I believe this one is called Disobedient, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that into the crease as well using another Morphe M506 brush. To deepen up the crease even more, I'm gonna go in with Extreme Aubergine, same brush, and just apply that right on top of Disobedient. If you need to, you can also use the brush that you use to apply Zora from that Juvia's Place palette, and just go over the edges just to make sure there's no harsh lines, because we want everything to be really well blended. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and cut our crease today. So I'm also using the Makeup Revolution concealer for this step. I like to cut my crease with a lighter concealer because it makes the colors underneath it appear like more vibrant and everything, in my opinion. And I'm making sure to kind of bring the cut crease a little bit higher than normal because we are gonna be doing a second one. So I wanna make sure there's enough space for that second cut crease. So you wanna make sure that you kind of bring it a little bit higher than you normally would. If you need to, you can also go back in with the darker crease colors and reapply those if you feel like you're losing like that contrast there. Before I go ahead and start the second cut crease, I'm gonna wipe away all of that excess concealer on my lid there, just to kind of keep the area clean. I was super excited to use this product because I just got a new color from Danessa Myricks. This is her Color Fix formula, and I really love this stuff. I was using the waterproof cushion color in my last video, and I noticed that it started cracking after a while. This one does not crack at all, or flake or anything like that. And it's super versatile. You can use it as a base for eyeshadows like I'm doing here, for liner, on your lips, and it has a matte finish, so it makes it super long lasting. It's a really awesome product to kind of do like a lot of versatile things with. But anyways, that one is in the shade Root Beer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and create my second cut crease with that. Before I apply shadow on top, I'm gonna go back in with that Makeup Revolution concealer and just go over the little space in between the two cut creases just to kind of brighten it up a little bit and smooth out any mistakes that I may have made when creating my second cut crease. Then right after that, we can go back in with our McGrath palette. I'm gonna be using the shade Blitz Flame first and applying that onto the inner part of the eye. I'm using a smaller brush just to get really close to the cut crease. Then I'm gonna take a larger brush and fill in the rest of the lid space, going about a little bit more than halfway. For the outer part of the lid, I'm gonna go in with Extreme Aubergine and apply that onto the outer corner all the way to the end of the wing there and kind of bring it into Blitz Flame. Then to blend those two colors together, I'm gonna go back in with Disobedient and place that right in between so it has like a nice smooth transition going on. At this point, it is safe to remove our tape, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off and apply some concealer to clean up the look. This is also going to be like the beginning stage to that extra space that we're going to create in between the bottom of the cut crease and the lower lash line. The lashes that I'm using today are from Tatti lashes, and these are the TL Mitchell. You guys know Mitchell on Instagram. He's an amazing makeup artist from the UK. This is his collaboration lash, and it's amazing. It's so fluffy. I love these lashes so much. Right after that, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the skin. I got a bunch of new products from LA Girl, so I'm gonna be using a lot of their stuff for my skin. I'm starting off using their primer. This is their Nourishing face primer, I believe, and I'm gonna place that all over my face to prep for foundation. Side note, please excuse the breakouts on my skin. They're pretty much cleared up now, but I just decided to eat something that I know I wasn't supposed to eat, and my skin reacted to it, is basically the gist of the story. So yeah. Anyways, moving back to the skin. I also wanted a little bit of glow underneath my foundation, so I went ahead and used the LA Girl Luminous Glow Skin Illuminator, and this one is in the shade Afterglow. This LA Girl foundation is definitely a new favorite of mine. I use the shade Bronze. This is their HD full coverage illuminating foundation. They have two different formulas. One is matte and one is the illuminating one, which is the one I'm using today. I'm just gonna buff that into the skin using the Juno & Co microfiber velvet sponge. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying some concealer. I've been loving the Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer in Dulce de Leche. This one has more of a yellowish undertone, so it's perfect for brightening the eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that there. Also on the Cupid's bow, a little on the sides of my mouth as well as the chin, and blend it out using that same sponge that I use to apply my foundation. Once our concealer is on, we can go ahead and start setting everything with powder. I'm gonna be using the LA Girl Banana Powder, and I really like this one. I was like pleasantly surprised. It's definitely perfect for like the under eyes and just kind of brightening up the face. So I went ahead and applied that over all the areas that I applied my concealer. Then to warm up the face again, kind of bring some color back, I'm using the Guerlain Terracotta Bronzer in number 7. This is one of my favorite bronzers as of recently. It's also a pretty penny, but it works. It definitely works. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that onto the cheekbones, forehead, a little on the nose, and also on the jawline, just to make sure there's no like crazy like demarcation between like my foundation and my neck there. Moving back to the eyes, I'm going to start off by creating this line underneath the cut crease, going back in with that Danessa Myricks Color Fix in Root Beer. It's going to just make it easier for me to apply eyeshadows on top of it without messing up like the shape that I'm going for. So I'm using a liner brush to apply this, and then I'm going to go in with a more of a smudger brush for the lower lash line. Going in with also with the same colors that I used for the crease, so Zora from the Juvia's Place palette, Extreme Aubergine from the Pat McGrath palette, and applying those to smoke out the lower lash line as well. I'm gonna add some liner from Jouer. This is their Plum liner onto the waterline, then my lash primer, and then we can go ahead and move on to eyebrows. Per usual, I'm going in with my Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Ebony. I'm going to create some hair-like strokes onto my brows. Y'all already know I like more of a natural looking brow, so I don't really go too heavy with them. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and apply that. Then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel just to make sure that the hairs aren't moving around. It's time to apply our highlights. I'm going to be using the Mario Badescu Rosewater Facial Spray first, just to make sure that all my powders are kind of like mushing together with the foundation, and it's going to give that skin-like type of finish. Then to highlight, I'm going to be using the Lancôme Glow For It palette, and I'm taking the lightest of the 3 shades. So I'm not too much of a brow highlight person, but this shade from the Pat McGrath palette, this is a Skin Show Divine Glow. This shadow is absolutely perfect for the brow bone. It's not too intense, and I just love it for the brow bone, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply that there. And for the inner corners, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra pizzazz, not like we need it because this is an extra look anyways, but y'all know me, I love extra. I'm gonna be using Astral Luna Gold and just popping that into the inner corners there. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I love the Cover FX glitter drops. I just got the shade Nova from this month's BoxyCharm, and oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this color. It's perfect for like the cheek highlight. Then last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and do our lips. I'm lining my lips first using 2 pencils from ColourPop. I'm first going in with BFF3. This is the lighter of the 2, and then I'm gonna use Pitch to kind of give like my lips that little extra shadow. Then to fill them in, I'm going to use the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Stripped. And that is pretty much it for this look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely leave me any questions down below in the comments if you have any. Let me know what you think of this look as well, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video.